Up YouTube, Derek here. This is an awesome SSX tricky guide for epic score. I'm going to start it off real quick with some key points. This is a quick screenshot of a game I was playing. If you look at this number right here, that is your trick counter. That number times that multiplier will equal that score right there above, and that will get you this place. And depending on which place you want is what place you're going to get if you do this. And that score right there is the one you're looking at, not the 8, that 35,844. Another thing you need to worry about when you're trying to get your high score is buttering, which is when you take a short transition between a run to a run, which is with square and circle. And make sure you push R2 to tweak your tricks, and you get a few extra points for that. Some common questions are: do you get more points by doing different tricks, or do you get more points by holding the same trick? You actually get more points by holding the same trick as long as possible, and you get a few more points by doing flips instead of spins because you can crash easier. It's better to do flips on jumps and spins when you're doing like ground tricks if you don't want to butter. Buttering is only good for a short amount of points. So then that's going to take us into an actual gameplay of mine. So when you first start, you're just going to want to try and get as many points as you can. The smoother you go down the mountain is what's going to make your multiplier go up. That number 4 that you see right now in the bottom left actually has no effect on your tricks. So the number of tricks you do has no effect on the actual score at the end. What's going to affect your score is that number next to it, where mine currently says 29,000. It's going to be that 29 or 40,000 now. It's going to be that times, right now mine's 8 times multiplier. But the more tricks you do is going to get your multiplier higher. So like toward the beginning you want to do a variety of tricks as often and as frequently as you can. Make sure you do grinds and stuff because that also is going to boost up your points. And during the beginning you're going to want to do different tricks, like you're going to mash buttons on grinding rails and just do different tricks in the air. As opposed to later on when you get that 20 times multiplier, which is the highest. And you just want to do the same trick and hold it like you just saw there. You just want to hold it for as long as possible because that's going to get the bottom up. And as you can see right now, I already have 1.4 million total points, and that's going to be multiplied by, or it's going to be added to the 169,000 times 18. This whole keeping that multiplier thing going though is very risky. It's a very good example of risk and effect, because if I was to crash, or if I am to crash right now, I would lose all of that 216,000 points. Or if I was to rewind, it'd actually be a negative like 8,000 or a negative 5,000 depending on how long I rewind it for. I'd lose every single one of those points and they'd be negative. So then it'd be negative whatever times my times 20 multiplier, and it'd take a lot of points off my final score. So if you're feeling like you're trying to get like too risky, or you just want to try and cash out your point, do a quick butter or a ground stall, like a hold square, circle, or for you Xbox people X or B, I think it is, the ones on the left. And you'll do a quick like nose or tail stall, and then just don't do anything, and you'll cash in your points really quick. But the more you go, the higher that final thing is going to be when you finish the run. Another thing is, if you ever run into a tree like I am, or you think you're going to run into a tree, you're going to want to stop doing all sorts of tricks and hold your board, and that'll actually prevent you from crashing. So if you're going to run into like a tree branch, don't do any tricks and just let your character hit him. That'll prevent you from crashing and losing all those points, losing that multiplier. See, as you go on, make sure you push hold A for Xbox, X for square to make your guy, I don't know, it's like, he like preps for like a spin or a jump, so you'll get more points. As you see from that last jump before I got into this rail, I did a nose stall. That's what buttering is. That prevents my my tricks from cashing in, and I just did it right there before that trick. Make it a habit to hold either square or circle or X or B when you're going into your next trick. Just make that a habit, no matter what. Just hold circle or square, or I mean circle or square to keep you going on to the next point. You do want to have some sort of experience before even trying this, because it's super frustrating when you first try and learn. You're not going to learn it on the first run, I promise you. It's going to take a little while to get the high amount of scores that you see me getting on this run. I think I get like 40 million. It either puts me into gold or platinum. I win like 17,000 credits. You can win credits on the global events if you didn't know that. It's the one. It's another thing you can do aside from doing the explore and the campaign, the deadly descents. I have a whole lot more of those deadly descent videos if you want those trophies or achievements. Just check them out on my channel. Yeah, as we're getting toward the end of this run, just keep cranking out moves. Make sure you don't use duplicate moves. Make sure you use a different move every single time. So I find it helpful to do square, then circle, then X, then triangle, or something like that. Just do something that's off the opposite of the controller for you, because I just did 2 duplicate tricks, and what that actually does is you get a points for it. Like, you get actual points where for your final score, but in the multiplier, the one where it's the trick combo, you'll actually lose a few there. So duplicate trick will ruin your trick combo score, but actually increase your normal score. So, you know, it's not beneficial. So as I'm coming up on the final jump, I try and get a few points. Got some duplicates, sadly. And as you see, that trick combo was multiplied by my times 19 multiplier, giving me an additional 18 million points, giving me 33 million points, bringing me into the gold. I guess this one wasn't a $5 million payout that I thought it was in, but oh well. That's it. I have more guide videos if you guys want. I just put only one run in here just to keep the video short. But if you guys have any questions, just leave them in the comments, send me a message, whatever. Alright guys, peace out, have a good day.